So it turns out OIM comes with this ICF connector generator. It's part of the web services connector. So I hijacked it. I didn't change any of the code. The code for the template builder lives in here. And the lib directory contains the actual web services, or not the lib directory, but the bundles contains the actual web services connector. There it is. So I just copied the directory. The templates are in the template directory. So I copied them. I created an out-of-the-box directory, and I copied those in there. So these are the ones I started to customize in the templates directory. The main one, so after you run it, it generates an XML directory, and it puts in a file to actually import into OIM the actual artifacts. And then there's another one for the connector configuration. I think that's a separate one. Yep. So it creates one of these, so you can also import this as a real connector, as opposed to just importing the individual artifacts. And it also creates a JDev project for SOA so that you can use the web services, but we're not really using any of that. So we're only interested in the file that comes from the XML and the one that you can use to create an actual connector. So what I did was I carved up the templates. The template that came with it had all the fields in the user table, so I stripped it down by a lot and added a couple of tasks that would be normal. There's a change email, update email, change password, update password. Okay, here's what the template looks like. The only attributes you can plug in are the long code and the short code. So I would go like 8 to maybe 12 characters here, and the short code is definitely limited to 3. So maybe 4 at best. So the way you run it then is you give it those options. So here we'll run the connector. We'll run the connector builder. There we go. So I'm just giving it some really short names. Okay, now that file in the XML directory we can actually import. Okay, so you'll see it's actually easier to see once we import it. We can look at the design console. So we'll go do that next.